Well, let's talk about also the immune system of our business. How do we get our business growing so that we have full benefit of why we started the business? So, this session, I would like to share with you two things. One, how to build volume in the business, because eventually the reason why we joined this business is to generate income. And how do we generate income? We generate income when we move products from Neolife to different customers. And those customers include ourselves. Now, what is the goal of our business? The final goal of our business, or let me say, the final goal of building the organization is we must have the ability to get a large group of people who do a few simple things over an extended period of time. That simply means we need to get 100, 1,000, 10,000 people who use products every month. And at the end of the month, the company says, thank you. Because of you, this month, 10,000 people have used our products, 1,000 people have used our products, we pay your commission. That's really the goal of our business. That is when you become a professional network marketer. So, how does it start? It starts with a dream. Clearly define what you want to achieve. That's a why. Second, the what and the how. You need to develop the skills that will help you to get a lot of people to use the products. You need to develop the prospecting skills. You need to understand the difference between the people who are interesting and interested. If you are interested in people, people are likely to join the business. If you want to make yourself interesting, you're just going to entertain people. So remember, the goal is to be interested in people because people are the ones who use the products. Then you need to learn how to invite people professionally to see our business. This is a gateway of our business. Then you need to know how to show the plan. I think in the previous training sessions from January, we discussed the dream building, we discussed how to prospect, how to invite, how to show the plan, and following up. And then we need to know how to close prospect. That is to help people decide either to become customers or become distributors. A very important aspect of this process is to be emotionally detached from the result. I had a very hard time in the beginning when we started the business because I could see this business very clearly, what the business could do. And when I would approach people and they would say no, I would get upset and wonder, why is it that they don't see what I'm seeing in the business? Eventually, I discovered that this business, anybody can do it, but it's not for everybody. So when you learn how to detach yourself emotionally from the results of your prospecting process, you increase your chances of becoming confident and getting people into the business. Then we learned how to retail products. Very simple process. We need to know the product. We need to know what our customers need. We need to match the two between the need of our customers and what the products fulfill. Then we discussed about the 2 to 5 year plan. You need to have monthly goals, personal PV, sponsoring, and group PV. You need to build daily habits to help you grow your business. And then you need to read good books every day. Listen to good tapes every day to give you a positive approach to life. And then we discuss about to get people started and then promoting events. But what I want to discuss with you today is this. How do you build volume in the business? How do you get a large group of people who consistently use the products over an extended period of time? Where does business volume come from? A business volume comes from having a large team. How do you get a large team? You get a large team by making sure that your business, the process of building the business can be duplicated. That simply means you need to make the business simple. The simpler the business, the easier it is to teach, the faster your business grows. So I was listening to one of the top distributors in the world and he was talking about how to build your business using social media. And he said one thing, that use the tools more than anything else. Why? Because tools anybody can use. And the reason that is important is that remember that you are the messenger, not the message. So you need to get out of the way so that the message of the business reaches your prospect. So duplication, for that to be possible, there has to be simplicity. The other thing I want to suggest to you as you grow your business, when you start the business and you start building a team, you will always have three categories of people in your business. You will have the people who join the business to become customers. They just want to use high quality products. Those are called the customers. Then you're going to have the next group of people called the plodders. The plodders, these are people who sponsor one person after 6 months, after 8 months. They take the business very easy. They're satisfied with doing 100, 200 PV. Get one person in the business. In a year, they probably get 3 or 4 people joining their business. Those are the plodders. And then you get the leaders. The leaders have got a few distinct things about them that you need to be aware of to identify them. Number one, they are duplicators. That means they copy what their leaders do. Two, they listen to their leaders. Three, they seek advice. Four, they are readers. They are constantly reading books to make themselves better leaders. They read about the product, they read about the business, they read about human nature, they read about what makes people tick. Okay, so you will have three categories of people. I can tell you from our own experience, when we started the business, we wanted to sponsor very excited and strong leaders in our business. And within 3 or 4 months, we had 6 people we had sponsored who were moving very, very fast. And one of them was Josh and Dorcas Ouma. When we took our step to senior manager, they became senior managers. When we took our steps to executive managers, they became executive managers. When we took our steps to director, they did the same. When we took our steps to emerald directors, they also became emerald directors. When we took our steps to sapphire directors, they also became sapphire directors. And that really put the pressure on us. So what did we do? We kept on building with, so that even if they qualify as sapphire directors, we had other legs to depend on to take our next step. So don't always wish to have leaders in your team. It's good to have leaders, but also you need those other people to build volume in your team. The customers, the plodders, and then the leaders help you take the steps. Now, how do you grow volume? How do you get the number of people in your business growing quickly? One, you need to build width. Simply means get number of people who want to join the business. And then out of the ones who join the business, you need to identify who are the leaders among these people who have joined. I'll identify very easily. They're curious, they ask questions, they read, they call you, they send you messages at odd hours. Pay attention to these people. Use the 80-20 principle. Give 80% of your attention to the 20% who are creating volume. Okay? So build width first. Width is when you sponsor people directly under you. The next step is build depth. Build depth with the help of your upline leader. Let me give you an example. I sponsored John, and John started growing the business. Then I sponsor Emily, or I sponsor Kunle. Now, I find that John is very excited that he wants to move fast. So what do? I call my upline leader, said, Hansi, please, I've got a very excited distributor. I'd like you to help me hold his hand so that I can pay attention to other new people. What does your upline do? Because he knows how the structure is built, he helps your person to grow his business by building depth with him so that it releases your time to pay attention to other people. That is what cooperation is in the team. That is how you build organizations with your sponsor or with your upline, because they understand how duplication happens. Okay? So building volume simply means you need to build two things, depth and width. But in that process also, you need to develop friendship, because friendship is the glue that keeps the team together. One of the events that keeps the team together is conventions, rallies, business presentation. Events is what gets the people running in the business. Now, why are events important? Events are important because they are very high energy functions that helps your people. Most people go to events discouraged, but after the event, they feel very fired up, very encouraged, and they want to build the next business. Then they're going to hear very inspiring stories. Why is this important? Because stories is what leads people to success. I would rather listen to stories than listen to how to presentations, because stories inspire. Stories raise your level of success. Stories raises the level of your motivation. So listen to success stories. Then ensure that, talking about stories, I attended the mini Eagleton rally in Johannesburg last weekend. And Charlie Bolton told us, maybe I said this story before. Charlie Bolton told us of a story of the lady who brought people to look at the business. The couple whom they brought was not interested in the business, but because she was the one driving, she drove them to the meeting and back. When she got back to where she was, she called Charlie at 2 o'clock in the morning in his hotel and told him he wants to come and meet Charlie so that he understands how the business is built. It took her 3 or 4 months to raise the money to get started. Eventually, this lady built a diamond business. Now, when you listen to such a story, your thinking changes. Then you come to realize that people have had more success even with very challenging situations, very challenging conditions. The question you need to ask yourself, why not you? Another very important thing about building volume, which is connected to events, is this. Ensure that you have as many legs as possible in each event. Why is that important? Because let me say there is going to be a convention in Nairobi or in Dar es Salaam or Uganda or South Africa or Nigeria, Lagos or Abuja. You need to sit down and look at your structure and if you've been in the business a long time, at least you should have 6, 7, 8, 9 legs. Make sure that at least 2 to 3 people in each leg attend that function. Why? Because if one person in each leg just captures the vision, that's how volume begins to grow. So ensure that you have as many legs as possible in each event. And then learn to sell events. Why is that important? Selling events, you notice that when an event is coming, Neolife sends information constantly so that we as leaders or people who want to build their business, we send the information to our team. We call people we think should be at those functions so that they can commit, because commitments are made in meetings like this, in events like this. Betty and I made our serious decision when we were attending a function in Bloemfontein called the Free Enterprise, or is it one of the two? Family Reunion of Free Enterprise. That's when we made a big decision. We saw 4,000 excited people. The first time I ever saw Charlie Bolton, our leader was called Johannes van Eden. He had just become a 3 Ruby director. And that's when we actually, the penny dropped for us. So sell the events because people make commitments at events. The last thing I want to recommend, there's something those of you who are doctors, when a patient comes to you, you do what is called the vital signs. You take a stethoscope, you listen to their breathing, their heartbeat, you check their eyes, you check everything. You're looking for the vital signs that show that these people are healthy. In our business, we also have vital signs. Few things to notice. Number one is that people attend events. Number two, people in your team are reading books. Number three, people in your team are listening to good CDs or good videos. Number four, people in your team are coming to events. People in your team are taking leadership. If you have those things going for you, those are very good vital signs. So make sure that if you're a leader, you can sit down and say, okay, this month, how many people are attending events? Which book are my leaders reading? Which tapes are they listening to? And the reason for that is there are some things you can tell your people, but if somebody who is detached emotionally from them says exactly the same thing, they will listen. And that is why you need good books. That is why you need good tapes. That's why you need good CDs. These are very simple, vital signs in your business. If you have these things going for you, your business will grow and you'll have volume beginning to grow in your business. What tipped for me the business to believe in it, even if what most of the things you're saying is not true, is this. A day or two after Betty and I saw the business, being an engineer, I'm curious about numbers. So I took a calculator and said, if this month Betty and I sponsor 3 people, at the end of the month we'll be 4 in the organization. At the end of the next month, if each of those 4 sponsor 3 people, we'll have 12 new people, plus the other 4 gives you 16. I kept on doing that calculation. After 12 months, the figure was 16.9 million people. And I said, even if 0.1% of this happens in our business, I am happy. That's the power of duplication. That's why volume is only created by numbers. And numbers happen when you have a team which is excited, when duplication happens in your team, when there is simplicity, where there is friendship in the business. If you do those simple things, your business will grow. And as the business grows, you don't have to worry about money because you've been leading your people, you have friends in your organization who follow your lead. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the few things Betty and I wanted to share with you. I hope they've been of help. I know a friend of mine is really eager for volume to grow in their business. And I hope that what we have shared with you this evening will help them to grow their business to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for taking your time to spend this evening with us, and we wish you the very best. We still have I would say 1.5 more weeks of February to reach our goals for the month. Thank you and good night.